Hello, my name is Tom. I am a student. I live in a small town called Greenfield. Greenfield is very pretty with lots of trees and flowers. I go to school every day. My school is big and has many classrooms. I have many friends at school. We play together during break time. After school, I like to play basketball with my friends. Basketball is my favorite game. I also like to ride my bike around town. My family is very nice. I have a mom, a dad, and a little sister. We eat dinner together every evening. My mom cooks delicious food. On weekends, we sometimes go to the park. I love playing on the swings and slides. It's so much fun. In the evenings, I like to read books. My favorite book is about a brave knight who fights dragons. Last month, I went on a road trip on my bike. It was so exciting. I woke up early in the morning, packed some snacks, and put on my helmet. The sun was shining brightly as I started my journey. I rode through the countryside, passing by fields of green and flowers of all colors. The air smelled fresh and clean. As I pedaled along, I saw many animals like cows, sheep, and even a few rabbits hopping around. It felt like I was exploring a new world. After a while, I reached a beautiful lake. I stopped to take a break and admire the view. The water was sparkling in the sunlight, and birds were singing in the trees nearby. I sat by the lake for a while, eating my snacks and enjoying the peaceful atmosphere. Then, I hopped back on my bike and continued my adventure. I rode through more small towns and villages, waving to friendly people along the way. It was so much fun to see new places and meet new people. As the sun started to set, I knew it was time to head back home. I rode back the way I came, feeling tired but happy. It had been an amazing day filled with adventure and new experiences. When I finally arrived home, I was greeted by my family with smiles and hugs. I couldn't wait to tell them all about my road trip on my bike. It was definitely a weekend to remember. Visiting my grandparents is always a cherished experience, filled with love, laughter, and fond memories. From the moment I step through their front door, I'm enveloped in a warm embrace and greeted with smiles that light up the room. My grandparents' house holds a special place in my heart. It's filled with familiar sights and smells that instantly transport me back to my childhood. The cozy living room, with its soft couches and family photos on the walls, the kitchen always bustling with the aroma of homemade meals cooking on the stove, and the backyard, where I spent countless hours playing games and exploring. As I sit down with my grandparents, we catch up on each other's lives. They ask about school, friends, and hobbies, and I share stories of my adventures and experiences. It's a chance to reconnect and strengthen our bond, to laugh together and create new memories to cherish. One of the things I love most about visiting my grandparents is the food. My grandmother is an amazing cook, and she always prepares my favorite dishes with love and care. From her famous lasagna to her decadent desserts, every meal is a feast for the senses, and I savor every bite. After dinner, we gather around the table to play games or watch movies together. It's a time for relaxation and enjoyment, for sharing stories and laughter, and for simply being together as a family. As the day comes to an end, I hug my grandparents tightly, knowing that it's time to say goodbye until next time. I leave their house with a heart full of love and gratitude, feeling blessed to have such wonderful grandparents in my life. Visiting them is always a highlight of my day, a cherished tradition that I will treasure forever. One of the most memorable days of my life was when my family and I went on a spontaneous road trip to the countryside. It wasn't planned, but it turned out to be an unforgettable adventure filled with laughter, exploration, and bonding. It all started one sunny Saturday morning when we woke up with a sense of excitement in the air. With no plans for the day, we decided to pack some snacks, fill up the gas tank, and hit the road in search of new experiences. As we drove along winding country roads, we marveled at the picturesque landscapes unfolding before us. Fields of vibrant wildflowers stretched as far as the eye could see, while quaint little towns dotted the countryside, each with its own unique charm. We stopped at roadside stands to sample freshly picked fruits and vegetables, chatted with friendly locals, and even stumbled upon a hidden gem of a cafe serving the most delicious homemade pies. But the highlight of the day was when we stumbled upon a beautiful hiking trail leading to a secluded waterfall. We parked the car and set off on foot, the sound of rushing water growing louder with each step. When we finally reached the waterfall, we were greeted by a breathtaking sight. The water cascaded down from high above, creating a shimmering curtain of mist that danced in the sunlight. We laughed and splashed in the cool water, feeling alive and free in that moment of pure joy. As the sun began to set, we made our way back to the car, tired but happy from a day well spent. We drove home with smiles on our faces, hearts full of memories, and a newfound appreciation for the beauty of the world around us. That spontaneous road trip to the countryside will always hold a special place in my heart, as one of the most memorable days of my life. It taught me the importance of embracing spontaneity, cherishing the simple moments, and finding joy in the journey. Last weekend, I had a game hour with my friends. It was so much fun. We all gathered at my house and brought our favorite board games and snacks. We started by playing a game of Monopoly. It's a game where you buy and sell properties, and the goal is to become the richest player. We laughed and joked as we rolled the dice and moved our game pieces around the board. Next, we played a game of Uno. It's a card game where you have to match colors and numbers to get rid of all your cards. There were lots of surprises and twists, and we had a blast trying to outsmart each other. After Uno, we played a game of charades. It's a game where you have to act out words or phrases without speaking, and your friends have to guess what you're trying to convey. We had a great time guessing each other's actions and laughing at our silly gestures. Throughout the game hour, we snacked on chips, popcorn, and soda. It was the perfect way to relax and unwind after a busy week. As the evening came to an end, we all agreed that we had a fantastic time together. It was great to spend quality time with my friends, playing games and making memories. I can't wait for our next game hour. Few days back, my family and I went to the zoo. It was an exciting adventure. We woke up early in the morning, packed some sandwiches and water bottles, and headed to the zoo. As we entered the zoo gates, we were greeted by the sound of birds chirping and the sight of colorful flowers. I felt a rush of excitement as we began our exploration. The first exhibit we visited was the lion enclosure. We watched in awe as the majestic lions lounged in the sun, their golden fur glistening. It was amazing to see them up close. Next, we visited the giraffes. They were so tall and graceful, munching on leaves from the trees. We even got to feed them some lettuce, which was a lot of fun. After the giraffes, we saw the elephants splashing around in a pool of water. They looked so happy and playful, spraying water everywhere with their trunks. We spent the whole day wandering around the zoo, marveling at the different animals we saw. From monkeys swinging in the trees to colorful parrots squawking in their cages, there was so much to see and learn. At lunchtime, we found a shady spot to sit and eat our sandwiches. We laughed and chatted about our favorite animals we had seen so far. As the day drew to a close, we reluctantly made our way to the exit. I was sad to leave the zoo, but I knew I would cherish the memories of our visit forever. It was an unforgettable day filled with laughter, learning, and lots of animal encounters. Yesterday, my friends and I had a potluck party. It was a special occasion where everyone brought a dish to share, and we all gathered to enjoy a delicious meal together. I decided to make my famous spaghetti and meatballs. I spent the morning cooking the pasta and simmering the sauce, filling the house with mouth-watering aromas. When it was time for the party, my friends arrived one by one, each carrying a dish of their own creation. There were casseroles, salads, desserts, and so much more. It was like a feast fit for kings. We all gathered around the table, filling our plates with a little bit of everything. As we ate, we laughed and talked, sharing stories and enjoying each other's company. The food was absolutely delicious. I tried a bit of everything, savoring each bite and marveling at the culinary talents of my friends. After we had eaten our fill, we sat back and relaxed, feeling content and happy. Some of us played games, while others simply enjoyed the warmth of good conversation. As the evening drew to a close, we all pitched in to clean up the dishes and leftovers. Despite our full bellies, there was still plenty of food left to enjoy later. As my friends said their goodbyes and headed home, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the wonderful time we had shared. It was a potluck party to remember, filled with delicious food, great company, and lots of laughter. My best friend's name is Sarah. We've been best friends for as long as I can remember. We met in kindergarten and have been inseparable ever since. Sarah is the kind of friend who always has your back. Whenever I'm feeling down, she knows just what to say to cheer me up. She's a great listener and always makes me feel heard and understood. We have so much fun together. Whether we are exploring the neighborhood, playing games, or just hanging out, we always find a way to make each other laugh. Sarah has a great sense of humor and can always find the silver lining in any situation. One of the things I love most about Sarah is her kindness. She's always willing to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. Whether it's volunteering at the local animal shelter or helping out a classmate with their homework, Sarah is always there to support others. But it's not just her kindness that makes Sarah such a great friend. She's also incredibly loyal and trustworthy. I know that I can always count on her to keep my secrets and stand by my side no matter what. Sarah is like a sister to me, and I'm so grateful to have her in my life. She's more than just a friend, she's my confidant, my partner in crime, and my rock. I don't know what I would do without her, and I cherish every moment we spend together. My favorite sport is basketball. I love everything about it: the fast-paced action, the teamwork, and the thrill of making a perfect shot. I first fell in love with basketball when I was a kid. I used to watch games on TV with my family, cheering for my favorite teams and players. I was mesmerized by the skill and athleticism of the players, and I dreamed of one day being just like them. When I was old enough, I joined a local basketball team. From the moment I stepped onto the court, I knew I had found my passion. I loved dribbling the ball, passing to my teammates, and shooting hoops. It was like nothing else in the world mattered when I was playing basketball. Over the years, I've honed my skills and become a better player. I've made lifelong friends through basketball, bonding over our shared love for the game. Whether we are practicing together or competing in a game, there's always a sense of camaraderie and teamwork that brings us together. Basketball isn't just a sport to me, it's a way of life. It's taught me valuable lessons about perseverance, discipline, and working together towards a common goal. And no matter how many years pass, my love for basketball will always remain strong. I went on a museum visit with my family. It was an educational and fascinating experience. We arrived at the museum early in the morning, eager to explore the exhibits. As we entered the grand building, we were greeted by the sight of towering sculptures and colorful paintings lining the walls. Our first stop was the history section of the museum. We wandered through ancient artifacts and learned about different civilizations from around the world. From Egyptian mummies to Greek pottery, there was so much to see and learn about. Next, we visited the Science and Technology exhibit. We marveled at interactive displays and hands-on experiments. I particularly enjoyed the section about space exploration, where we got to see a replica of a space shuttle up close. Afterwards, we explored the art gallery. We admired famous paintings by renowned artists and learned about different art movements throughout history. It was inspiring to see so much creativity and talent on display. As the day went on, we took breaks to rest and grab snacks from the museum cafe. We discussed our favorite exhibits and shared interesting facts we had learned. By the time we finished exploring all the exhibits, it was late afternoon. We left the museum feeling enriched and inspired by everything we had seen and learned. Visiting the museum was not only a fun way to spend the day, but also an opportunity to expand our knowledge and appreciation for art, history, and science. It was a day to remember, filled with wonder and discovery. Last weekend, my family and I hosted a housewarming party to celebrate moving into our new home. It was a joyous occasion filled with laughter, good food, and warm company. We spent the days leading up to the party cleaning and decorating our new house. We hung up colorful bunting, arranged fresh flowers, and set out bowls of snacks and drinks to welcome our guests. As the party began, friends and family arrived one by one, bringing gifts and well wishes for our new home. We gave them a tour of the house, showing off each room with pride. The atmosphere was lively and festive as everyone mingled and chatted. Children played in the backyard while adults caught up over glasses of wine and plates of appetizers. We fired up the grill and cooked burgers and hot dogs for everyone to enjoy. The smell of sizzling food filled the air, and soon everyone was digging into delicious homemade dishes brought by our guests. After dinner, we gathered around the fireplace to share stories and make toasts. We laughed and reminisced about old times, and we made plans for future get-togethers in our new home. As the evening drew to a close, we thanked our guests for coming and for their thoughtful gifts. It was a wonderful feeling to be surrounded by loved ones in our new home, and we felt truly blessed to have such amazing friends and family. The housewarming party was a perfect way to christen our new home and create lasting memories with the people we hold dear. We went to bed that night with hearts full of gratitude and excitement for the adventures that lay ahead in our new home. My favorite dish is spaghetti carbonara. It's a classic Italian pasta dish that's simple yet incredibly delicious. I first tried spaghetti carbonara when I visited Italy on vacation. The moment I took my first bite, I knew I had discovered something special. The combination of creamy sauce, crispy bacon, and perfectly cooked pasta was like a flavor explosion in my mouth. When I returned home, I was determined to recreate the dish myself. I searched for the perfect recipe and spent hours in the kitchen perfecting my technique. Now, spaghetti carbonara has become a staple in my cooking repertoire. Whenever I'm craving comfort food, it's my go-to dish. There's something so comforting and satisfying about twirling a forkful of creamy pasta and savoring each bite. I love experimenting with different variations of spaghetti carbonara, adding extra ingredients like mushrooms or peas to mix things up. But no matter how I choose to make it, one thing remains the same: it's always incredibly delicious. Whether I'm cooking it for myself or sharing it with friends and family, spaghetti carbonara never fails to put a smile on my face. It's more than just a dish, it's a culinary masterpiece that brings me joy with every bite. One of my all-time favorite movies is The Lion King. It's a timeless classic that holds a special place in my heart. From the moment I first watched The Lion King, I was captivated by its stunning animation, unforgettable characters, and powerful storytelling. The movie follows the journey of Simba, a young lion cub who is destined to become king of the Pride Lands. Along the way, he learns valuable lessons about friendship, courage, and the circle of life. One of the things I love most about The Lion King is its beautiful soundtrack. The songs, composed by Elton John and Tim Rice, are both catchy and meaningful. From the uplifting anthem Circle of Life to the emotional ballad Can You Feel the Love Tonight, the music adds an extra layer of magic to the film. But what truly makes The Lion King special to me is its timeless message of love, loss, and redemption. It's a story that resonates with people of all ages and backgrounds, reminding us of the importance of family, loyalty, and finding our place in the world. Every time I watch The Lion King, it feels like revisiting an old friend. It never fails to bring a smile to my face and a tear to my eye. It's a movie that I will cherish forever, and one that I'm sure I'll continue to enjoy for many years to come. My favorite place in the world is a secluded beach tucked away on a remote island. It's a hidden gem that few people know about, and it holds a special place in my heart. As soon as I step onto the soft, golden sand, all my worries melt away. The gentle sound of waves crashing against the shore soothes my soul, and the salty sea breeze fills me with a sense of tranquility. I love to walk along the shoreline, feeling the warm sand between my toes and the cool water lapping at my feet. The beach stretches out for miles in either direction, fringed by lush palm trees and vibrant tropical flowers. One of my favorite things to do at this beach is to watch the sunset. As the sky turns shades of pink and orange, I feel a sense of awe and wonder at the beauty of nature. It's a magical moment that never fails to take my breath away. During the day, I enjoy swimming in the crystal-clear waters and snorkeling among colorful coral reefs. I'm always amazed by the diverse marine life that calls this place home, from playful dolphins to graceful sea turtles. At night, I like to sit by a crackling bonfire and listen to the sound of the waves crashing against the shore. The stars twinkle overhead, casting a soft glow on the beach and creating a sense of peace and serenity. Whenever I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, I close my eyes and picture myself back on that secluded beach. It's my happy place, a sanctuary where I can escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and reconnect with myself and the natural world. No matter where life takes me, this beach will always hold a special place in my heart. It's a place of beauty, tranquility, and endless wonder, and I feel grateful to have experienced its magic firsthand. My favorite animal is dolphin. Dolphins have always held a special place in my heart. These magnificent creatures are not only incredibly intelligent and playful, but they also possess a grace and beauty that captivates me every time I see them. One of the things I love most about dolphins is their playful nature. They are known for their acrobatic displays and love to swim alongside boats, leaping out of the water in joyful arcs. Watching dolphins play always brings a smile to my face and fills me with a sense of wonder and joy. Dolphins are also highly intelligent animals. They have complex social structures and communicate with each other using a sophisticated system of clicks, whistles, and body language. It's fascinating to learn about their behavior and observe how they interact with one another. Another thing that fascinates me about dolphins is their incredible adaptability. They are found in oceans all around the world, from tropical waters to icy polar regions. They are perfectly adapted to their marine environment, with streamlined bodies and powerful tails that allow them to swim effortlessly through the water. But perhaps what I admire most about dolphins is their gentle and compassionate nature. They are known to be highly empathetic animals, often coming to the aid of injured or distressed individuals, both within their own species and other species as well. Their capacity for empathy and kindness is truly inspiring. Whenever I see a dolphin, whether in the wild or at an aquarium, I feel a deep connection to these amazing animals. They remind me of the beauty and wonder of the natural world, and the importance of protecting and preserving our oceans and the creatures that call them home. Dolphins will always hold a special place in my heart, and I feel grateful to share this planet with such incredible beings. Going to school is an exciting part of my day. Every morning, I wake up early, eat breakfast, and get ready to head to school. As I walk to school, I feel a sense of anticipation for the day ahead. I look forward to seeing my friends, learning new things, and exploring the world around me. When I arrive at school, I greet my friends with smiles and hugs. We chat and laugh as we make our way to our classrooms. In class, my teachers greet us warmly and begin the day's lessons. I enjoy learning about different subjects like math, science, and history. Each lesson is like a new adventure, filled with opportunities to discover and grow. During breaks, my friends and I play games and share snacks. We have fun and make memories that we'll cherish for years to come. After a full day of learning and laughter, it's time to head home. I say goodbye to my friends and teachers, feeling grateful for another day of school. As I walk home, I reflect on everything I've learned and experienced. Going to school isn't just about academics, it's about building friendships, gaining knowledge, and preparing for the future. I can't wait to see what tomorrow will bring at school. Each day is a chance to learn, grow, and make a difference in the world. One of my favorite teachers is Mrs. Johnson. She's not just a teacher, she's a mentor, a guide, and a friend. From the moment I walked into Mrs. Johnson's classroom, I knew she was someone special. Her warm smile and kind eyes made me feel welcome and valued from day one. Mrs. Johnson has a passion for teaching that shines through in everything she does. She goes above and beyond to make her lessons engaging and interactive, always finding creative ways to bring the curriculum to life. But what truly sets Mrs. Johnson apart is her genuine care and concern for her students. She takes the time to get to know each one of us as individuals, listening to our concerns, celebrating our successes, and offering words of encouragement when we need them most. Mrs. Johnson's classroom is a safe and nurturing environment where we are encouraged to ask questions, express ourselves, and make mistakes. She fosters a sense of curiosity and wonder in her students, inspiring us to think critically and explore the world around us. One of the things I appreciate most about Mrs. Johnson is her belief in our potential. She sees the best in each of us and encourages us to reach for the stars, even when we doubt ourselves. With her guidance and support, I've grown not only as a student but as a person. As I look back on my time in Mrs. Johnson's class, I feel grateful for the impact she's had on my life. She's not just a teacher, she's a role model and a source of inspiration. I know that her lessons and her kindness will stay with me long after I've left her classroom, and for that, I'll always be grateful. Mathematics has always been my favorite subject in school. There's something about solving equations and working with numbers that I find incredibly satisfying and fulfilling. From a young age, I've been fascinated by the beauty and precision of mathematics. I love how it's like solving puzzles, using logic and reasoning to find the right answer. One of the things I enjoy most about math is its practical applications in the real world. Whether it's calculating the cost of groceries, measuring the dimensions of a room, or understanding the patterns in nature, math is everywhere around us. I also appreciate how math challenges me to think critically and creatively. It's not just about memorizing formulas and algorithms, it's about understanding the underlying concepts and applying them to solve problems in innovative ways. Another reason why I love math is the sense of accomplishment I feel when I solve a particularly challenging problem. There's nothing quite like the feeling of finally cracking a tough math problem after hours of hard work and perseverance. But perhaps the best thing about math is its universality. No matter where you go in the world, math is the same. It's a language that transcends cultural and linguistic barriers, allowing people from all walks of life to communicate and collaborate. Overall, math is more than just a subject to me, it's a passion. It's a way of thinking, a way of understanding the world, and a source of endless fascination and joy. Lunchtime is one of my favorite parts of the day. It's a time to relax, refuel, and catch up with friends while enjoying a delicious meal. As the lunch bell rings, I join my classmates in the cafeteria. The air is filled with the enticing aroma of food, and my stomach grumbles in anticipation. I grab a tray and line up at the serving counter, scanning the options available. There's a variety of choices, from sandwiches and salads to hot meals and soups. After making my selection, I move along the line, adding side dishes and drinks to my tray. With my tray piled high with food, I search for an empty table to sit at. I find my friends and join them, greeted by smiles and laughter. As we dig into our meals, we chat and share stories about our day so far. It's a chance to catch up on each other's lives and unwind from the morning's classes. The food is delicious, and I savor every bite. Whether it's a homemade sandwich from home or a hot meal from the cafeteria, lunchtime is always a highlight of my day. After finishing our meals, we linger at the table, reluctant to return to class. But eventually, the bell rings, signaling the end of lunchtime and the start of the afternoon lessons. As I gather my belongings and head back to class, I feel grateful for the opportunity to recharge and connect with friends during lunchtime. It's a brief, but cherished break in the midst of a busy school day. Sports period is a time I always look forward to during the school day. It's a chance to get active, have fun, and release some energy after hours of sitting in classrooms. As the bell rings, signaling the start of sports period, excitement fills the air. I quickly change into my sports gear and head out to the playing field with my classmates. The teacher announces the activities for the day, and we split into teams or groups. We warm up with some stretches and exercises to prepare our muscles for the physical activities ahead. Then, the games begin. Whether it's soccer, basketball, or volleyball, there's always something for everyone to enjoy. We run, jump, and compete with enthusiasm, cheering each other on and celebrating every goal or point scored. Sports period is not just about competition, it's also about teamwork and sportsmanship. We learn to work together as a team, communicate effectively, and support each other on and off the field. Even if I am not particularly skilled at a certain sport, I still have a blast participating and giving it my all. The important thing is to have fun, stay active, and enjoy the camaraderie of my classmates. As the sports period comes to an end, we cool down with some gentle exercises and stretches. We chat and laugh as we walk back to the classroom, feeling refreshed and invigorated from the physical activity. Sports period is a highlight of my school day, and I'm always grateful for the opportunity to be active and play with my friends. It's a time I look forward to and cherish, knowing that it's not just good for my body, but also for my mind and spirit. Returning home from school is a moment I always look forward to at the end of the day. After a busy day of learning and activities, it's nice to relax and unwind in the comfort of my own home. As the final bell rings, signaling the end of the school day, I gather my belongings and say goodbye to my friends and teachers. With a sense of relief and anticipation, I make my way out of the school building and onto the familiar path that leads me home. The walk home is a peaceful time for reflection. I enjoy the sights and sounds of the neighborhood, from the chirping of birds to the rustling of leaves in the breeze. It's a chance to clear my mind and decompress after a long day of classes. When I finally arrive home, I'm greeted by the welcoming sight of my house. I kick off my shoes, hang up my backpack, and head to the kitchen to grab a snack. There's nothing quite like the comfort of home-cooked food after a day at school. After refueling with a snack, I settle down at the kitchen table to tackle my homework. With a sense of determination, I work through the assignments, knowing that each completed task brings me one step closer to achieving my academic goals. Once my homework is done, I have some free time to relax and unwind. Whether it's reading a book, playing with my pets, or chatting with family members, I enjoy the simple pleasures of home life. As the day draws to a close, I reflect on the events of the day and feel grateful for the opportunity to learn and grow. Tomorrow is a new day, full of possibilities and opportunities, but for now, I'm content to bask in the warmth and comfort of home. My dream is like a beacon guiding me towards a brighter future, filled with purpose, passion, and fulfillment. It's a vision that inspires me to work hard, overcome obstacles, and never lose sight of what truly matters to me. At the heart of my dream is the desire to make a positive impact on the world. Whether it's through my career, my actions, or my relationships, I want to leave a lasting legacy that touches the lives of others in meaningful ways. One aspect of my dream is to pursue my passion and turn it into a fulfilling career. I envision myself doing work that I love, something that allows me to use my talents and strengths to make a difference in the world. Whether it's writing, teaching, or working in the field of science or technology, I want to wake up every day feeling excited and fulfilled by the work that I do. Another part of my dream is to travel and explore the world. I want to immerse myself in different cultures, meet new people, and experience the beauty and diversity of our planet. Traveling not only broadens my horizons, but also teaches me valuable lessons about empathy, understanding, and compassion. But perhaps the most important aspect of my dream is to live a life filled with purpose and meaning. I want to live authentically, true to myself and my values, and make choices that align with my vision for the future. Whether it's volunteering, advocating for causes I believe in, or simply being there for the people I love, I want to make a positive difference in the world, however small it may be. My dream is like a roadmap for my life, guiding me towards my goals and aspirations. It's a reminder to never give up on myself, to keep pushing forward even when the journey gets tough. And most importantly, it's a source of hope and inspiration that fills me with excitement for the adventures that lie ahead.